Once upon a time, in a quiet village nestled between rolling hills and ancient forests, there lived a young girl named Elara. The village was simple, its people content. But there was an unspoken rule that no one ever ventured beyond the thick, tangled woods to the east. Legends whispered of a sleeping darkness beyond the trees, and so generation after generation, the villagers stayed within the safety of their borders, their lives unchanged, their dreams small and contained. Elara, however, was different. From the moment she could walk, her eyes sparkled with curiosity. She would spend hours gazing at the woodland's edge, wondering what secrets lay beyond. The village elders often scolded her for her questions, reminding her of the dangers hidden in the unknown. "Stay here, where it's safe," they would say. "The world is too big for one small girl." Yet the more she heard these warnings, the more her desire to explore grew. One crisp autumn morning, Elara awoke to find the village shrouded in gloom. The crops had failed, and the river that sustained them had dried to a trickle. Fear and despair settled over her home like a heavy fog. The villagers gathered, voices trembling as they discussed what could be done, but no solutions came. They had always relied on what was familiar, never daring to look for answers beyond their borders. That night, as the moon cast pale light across her room, Elara made a decision. She would take a single step into the forest. Her heart pounded with fear, but also with hope. Clutching a small lantern and a loaf of bread, she slipped quietly through the village and paused at the edge of the woods. "One step," she told herself. Just one. As soon as her foot crossed the boundary, the world seemed to shift. The forest was alive with sounds and scents she had never known. Shadows danced, but the path ahead glimmered faintly. Each time she hesitated, she remembered her village, the faces of her friends and family, and took another step. She walked for hours, guided by the gentle glow of her lantern and the steady beat of her heart. At dawn, she stumbled upon a clearing where a crystal spring bubbled up from the earth, its waters shining with pure light. Around the spring grew fruits and herbs unknown to her, vibrant and abundant. Elara knelt and filled her flask, tasting the sweetest water she had ever known. She realized that this spring could save her village. With a renewed sense of purpose, she gathered what she could and hurried home, her arms full of hope. When she emerged from the forest, the villagers stared in awe. Elara shared her discovery, showing them the water, the fruits, the seeds. Hesitant at first, the villagers finally believed. Together they journeyed into the forest, following the path Elara had blazed. The crops were replanted with newfound seeds, and the spring's water brought life back to the fields. The village flourished as never before. Where once there was fear, now there was possibility. Elara became a symbol of courage, a reminder that sometimes the world changes not through great armies or mighty rulers, but through the quiet bravery of one person willing to take the first step. From that day on, the villagers told Elara's story to their children, teaching them that when darkness settles and hope seems lost, all it takes is a single step, one act of courage to change the world. And so, the spirit of discovery and kindness lived on, lighting the path for generations to come.